This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for September 10th, 2024. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 0.61 points or 0.15% to 410.70. Total trade volume was very light, with only 36,708 shares changing hands at a total value of 250 million real or $61,600. Once again, no stocks were up on the main board while 6 were down. The Phnom Penh Autonomous Port was the biggest loser of the day, down 1.47% or 200 real to 13,400 real per share, followed by Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, which was down 0.45% or 10 real to 2,210 real per share. Other stocks down were the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Grand Twins International, Akleda Bank, and Pestec Cambodia. Two stocks on the main board, MJQ Education and Cam GSM, meanwhile remained flat. Over on the growth board, JS Land was down 0.58% or 20 real to 3,440 real per share, while DBD Engineering remained flat. In other market news, the Phnom Penh Autonomous Port released a disclosure report on the company's unaudited 8-month revenue in 2024, which totaled over $27 million. This is an increase of 15% compared to the same 8-month period in 2023. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD strengthened to 4,067 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up to 101.66. The dollar edged down on Tuesday before US inflation data and the televised US presidential debate, which could affect expectations for the interest rate outlook. Looking at global commodities, oil prices edged down as weak Chinese demand offset US supply disruptions from Tropical Storm Francine and as global oil oversupply risks continue to weigh on the market. Brent crude futures were down 32 cents or 0.45% to 71.51 US dollars a barrel. Gold prices were little changed as investors exercised caution ahead of a key US inflation reading on Wednesday that could influence the US Federal Reserve's policy decision next week. Spot gold eased 0.1% to 2,501.66 US dollars per ounce. US gold futures were little changed at 2,530.60 US dollars. Global shares steadied on Tuesday, struggling to draw momentum from a rally on Wall Street as concerns about faltering economic growth dampened investor sentiment, which also dented the oil price. U.S. stock index futures struggled for direction ahead of a crucial consumer price inflation report later in the week that could firm up bets on the size of the interest rate cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve on September 18th. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, Dow and S&P 500 were flat, while Nasdaq was down 0.23%. In tech stocks, Apple's shares were down more than 1% in pre-market trading as Huawei's tri-fold smartphone was unveiled at a $2,800 price point. Huawei seeks to extend its lead in the world's biggest smartphone market and steal the spotlight from Apple hours after it debuted a new iPhone. The iPhone maker also lost its fight against an order by EU competition regulators to pay 13 billion euros in back taxes to Ireland as part of an EU crackdown against sweetheart deals between EU countries and multinationals. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for September 10th.